Guys, this is your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for Kaleidoscope, the brand new Netflix limited heist series, however you want to describe it. Look, this is going to be a spoiler-free review because I need everyone to experience this without spoilers. I just want to go over, the concept of the show, the way my episodes were put in order. I'll explain that in a little bit, and essentially just my whole reaction to how it went. I don't necessarily want to spoil anything for anybody. It's very easy to spoil literally anything for anybody watching this show because not all of us get the same order of episodes. So basically what I'm talking about here is the premise of this show is it is a heist thriller, but the way the episodes are ordered, it's literally based off your Netflix account. So what this show is, and I described it earlier in my most anticipated shows, well, it was another video I described it in, but basically the way this show works is there's a black episode which describes how this whole thing works, where it's an, I think, 8-episode series. All of the episodes end with the white episode, which is the finale. They're all based on, every episode is based off a color of some sort. And basically, based off your Netflix account, not the profile. So basically, different Netflix accounts themselves will have a different order or randomization of these episodes. And you watch them in that particular order, but you'll have a different perspective on the show. You're not really seeing the same things as everyone else is on different Netflix accounts. You're, like, for example, so my episode order was green, yellow, violet, orange, blue, red, pink, and it ended with white. I had a friend whose one of his episodes, he started with violet. One of my other friends, they started with yellow. Like I said, everybody ends with white, but we all get different episodes throughout, or we all get a different order of how we're watching our episodes. And so that gives us all a different perspective on, what's going on in the series itself. And I was very skeptical of how that concept was going to work because I didn't think it was going to work like this. I didn't think they put it in order for us. I thought that essentially it would be 9 or 10 episodes and we literally can choose whatever episodes we want to watch. So I described that completely wrong. I apologize about that. But this is how the show works. It's randomized for you. You just watch it in the order that Netflix presents it to you in. And I gotta be honest, guys, the concept is amazing. Like it works very well. Now, like I said, my episode order was green, yellow, violet, orange, blue, red, pink, and white. And I love the order that my episodes came in. Now, I'm not necessarily going to go into detail about, what happened in these episodes, because like I said, it's very easy to spoil things for people because if they don't have the same episode order as you can literally tell them something that's happening in a future episode or in the past. Like the way this works is, so the way this whole series works is it's planned around a really big heist. It's like a $7 billion job. They want to rob this guy, this multi-million-dollar business CEO. They wanted one of the characters in particular wants to get revenge, and basically it's built all around this heist. But the way the series is set up, you're following events either years before the heist, like either 24 years, 7 years, 7 weeks, blah, 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 or all weeks leading up to the heist. And then you're also seeing episodes after the heist itself. You're seeing all of this before you even get to the heist. The heist is the white episode. That's the finale. That's as close to spoilers as I'm getting. The white episode is the heist itself, but you are literally watching events before and after the heist, and you're putting pieces of the puzzle together to see why certain characters betrayed who, why certain things happened this way, why this character ended up doing a certain thing, why this character ended up being missing or whatever. Like certain pieces of the puzzle are given to you in the order that Netflix presents them to you, and the concept was absolutely amazing. I loved everything about how this show went, for me at least. I need people in the comments to let me know your order of the episodes and how you guys were, reacting to the way the show was being presented to you, because the way my order was, I personally couldn't really see myself watching this in any other order than the one I got. Now, some episodes, like I said, they would present to you certain conflicts between certain characters that you're not really fully understanding yet, but that's because it's presented to you in a later episode. But the way everything came off to me, I just loved it. I loved how they keep you in the dark in certain things. They give you minor little Easter eggs to look out for in future episodes so you can put the pieces of the puzzle together. This show slowly makes sure that they are constricting just an amazing, mystery puzzle for you to put together. And all the episodes are carefully like constructed. They made sure they took their time, like making sure the writing was on point. They made sure like all the storylines add up. They made sure everything makes complete sense and that they could put it in any order they want to, so that they could, present this show to you in this way. And like I said, the concept of this show, absolutely killer. It works to a great extent. Like, I loved everything about the way this show was presented to me. Now, like I said, my particular order, I couldn't really imagine watching it in any other order. And that's the other thing about this. The entire time I'm watching this series, I'm wondering, wow, if I was presented with this bit of information first, what would I would have thought about this certain information? And if I were to, be presented with this episode, how would I view this person, this, that, and the third? Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail about what the episodes particularly are portraying, because I want this to be spoiler free. I need you guys to just experience this for yourself. But like I said, this show is incredible. This is a really good show. On top of that, all the performances in this show are absolutely incredible. Giancarlo Esposito is literally the Leonardo DiCaprio of TV acting. Like, this dude is a force to be reckoned with every time he's on screen. I mean, this guy is ridiculous. Now, I'm going to get a lot of slander for this. I promise by the end of this year, or at least by June, I would have watched Breaking Bad. I've seen Giancarlo Esposito in plenty of other things. Haven't seen him in one of the best things he's ever been in, which is Breaking Bad. I do apologize for my Breaking Bad stands. I'm going to get a lot of slander for that. I'm going to watch it before June. Probably going to do a review on that, because I keep hearing nothing good but great things about Breaking Bad. But Giancarlo Esposito is just ridiculously good in this show. I mean, my goodness, man. This dude is just acting his ass off the entire time. Tati Gabriel, I have to give her immense credit for her performance as well, because she did while she's not in the series too often as other characters per se, she's definitely a pivotal part in the series. She definitely plays a great part, and the way she just plays her part is incredible itself. Like, I really enjoy Tati Gabriel. Also, the child actor that plays Tati Gabriel's character, wow. I was actually astounded. That little girl has swag like no other. She was in the Violet episode. That's the best way I can put it. The little girl's performance in the Violet episode, especially towards the end where they do the show me where you're strong, show me where you're brave. Oh my gosh, that part hits me every time. Like, that part hit me every time they did that, because that was just ridiculously good. Like, the little girl doing the little girl taking over that scene and saying, "Show me where you're strong, show me where you're brave." No, that she was ridiculous. That was such a good scene. She is such a great actor. That child actor was amazing. I don't know the little girl's name, but she was great. There's also a lot of standouts in the show. Paz Vega, one of the best parts of the show for me. First of all, she is fine as hell. I mean, my goodness, the accent, the killing, just all her mannerisms is just absolutely nothing but sexy. She's like a Spanish, and she's like Angelina Jolie when Angelina was in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Just all nothing but just sexy. Simple and sexy. Paz Vega was a great standout in the show. I think the guy's name was what? Parker. Oh no, Peter Mark Kendall, the guy who plays Stan, or as I like to call him, the Great Value Jack Quaid. Yeah, the dude literally reminds me of a Great Value version of Jack Quaid. He was really good in the show. His Stan. His name, the character's name itself is Stan. He was very good in the show as well. Jai Courtney. Look, Jai Courtney is kind of in the same category as Sam Worthington to me, as far as like being a mid. It's a very average actor, and as I explained before, mid is below average in my opinion. So Jai Courtney is kind of in that category. Jai Courtney, in my opinion, though, he kind of picks and chooses when he wants to be a good actor and when he wants to be just a complete moron. And honestly, depending on how his character was presented to you in the show, you might have different feelings about him, but the way he was presented to me, he came off as a moron at first. He got better throughout the show. His performance didn't necessarily take me out of the show at all. He was good in the show. It's just, what I'm trying to get to is, in the Pink episode, I'm not going to say what happens, Jai Courtney is a much better actor when he's not talking. It's actually crazy. He's way better when he's not talking. When he's not giving any dialogue and he just has to do all physical stuff, he's actually a much better actor. It was actually mind-blowing to see how, like, literally just not giving this guy any sense of dialogue whatsoever can make him that much better of an actor. And look, no disrespect, Jai Courtney. It's just, you did a great job. It's just, when you're talking, you're coming off as a complete dickhead, and sometimes you don't really mean to, but you do. And when you're not talking in the show, dude, you gave one of the best performances I probably ever seen from you in your career, dude. Like, oh my goodness. Like, honestly, Jai Courtney's character in this show is kind of like a carbon copy of Captain Boomerang from the Suicide Squad movies. It's just he's just not Captain Boomerang. Like this guy just dresses differently. This guy literally in Kaleidoscope, this guy literally could have been Captain Boomerang, just not dressing like him. Like it's literally the same character in my opinion. But when they allow him not to talk, well, not allow him not to talk. There's a certain thing that happens in the show that restrains him from being able to talk and use his voice, and he just becomes a much better actor, really, for the rest of the show at that point. I actually enjoyed his entire performance in the Pink episode. The other characters in the show are great. They're like the standouts to me, of course. I mean, Giancarlo Esposito can't be a standout because the dude's just fucking incredible. He's just amazing at everything he does. So can't really be a standout in that point. But Paz Vega, Tati Gabriel was really good. Peter Mark Kendall, the guy who played Stan, all the cast itself was very good. I really thought everybody gave very strong performances throughout. Look, overall, Kaleidoscope was a show that I think everybody should experience. Everybody should be able to watch. Everybody should experience because one, it gives you different perspectives on the show. This is definitely a show you can't discuss with people unless you guys share the same Netflix account. Because if you try to discuss it with other people, you're easily gonna more than likely not a lot of you guys are gonna have the same first episode, so you're easily gonna be able to spoil things for other people. It's just watch the show, put the pieces of the puzzle together, and then at the end of the show talk to other people because this is what this show is supposed to do. It's supposed to be a talking point. It's supposed to get conversations started about what you saw from the show. I'm very curious to see what you guys saw from your perspectives of your episodes. Please let me know in the comments below. But guys, those are my overall thoughts on Kaleidoscope. Great show, great start to 2023. I hope TV can honestly, I'm still kind of skeptical about this concept of how this show went about itself because I don't think everybody can pull it off as well as this one did. The music choices in this show as well, phenomenal. Like especially towards like the last like 3 episodes for me, the music choices in this show was incredible. I loved it, but I am very skeptical still about how this concept can be played out. Maybe a lot of other maybe other I do believe other shows will try to follow this concept. Here from here on out, especially since this show set the tone. It's going to be hard to pass it though because this can still be if not done correctly, this can still be a very sloppy concept to try to copy. But this show did it correct. This show did it right. This show just completely blew my mind. I loved everything about it from literally start to finish. I love the way my perspective was on the show. I love how the show was presented to me. I am very curious to see how other episodes were presented to you guys and what perspective that left you with. But guys, that's my review for Kaleidoscope, and leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to go check that show out. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and so much more, guys. Look, this is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.